Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to 5 Minutes of Torah with a Beth Israel Rabbi. This Shabbat, we read Parashat Ki Tavo. We are in the middle of, and maybe even coming closer to, the end of Moshe, of Moses' valedictory. He is desperate at this point to make sure that when the Israelites enter into the land of Israel, that they will enter into the land knowing how they are to behave and remembering from where they came. He wants to make sure that they have gratitude for the land of Israel, for gratitude for all that they have. And he reminds the Israelites that when they enter back into the land of Israel and they grow their first fruits, they are to say the blessing of Bikurim. They're to bring the first fruits to the temple and thank God for what they have. What's fascinating is that this is the only prescribed prayer in the entire Torah. For a religion today that is so based on prayer, the fact that the Torah only has one scripted prayer isn't just interesting, but very powerful. And how does Moses begin by telling us to say that prayer? He says, "Va'anita va'amarta lifnei Hashem Elohecha." You should say, you should speak in front of the Lord your God. Rashi says that these words, "Va'anita va'amarta," mean that you should scream them. Not just that you should say this prayer, but you should say it in a rum kol. You should say it loudly and proudly. And then we begin to say, Arami Oved Avi. We begin by saying that my father was a wandering Aramean, that I was in Egypt where I was treated harshly, that we as a people faced difficult times, and then we were freed by the hand of God in order to enjoy a land of Israel that is Zvat, Chalav, Udvash, that is flowing with milk and honey. That is one of the key, if not the most important points, not only in this week's Parsha, but in the entire Torah. To have gratitude for what we have, to understand the hardships that we have faced, and to enjoy what we have today, and to bless God for that. I want to encourage all of you to join us next Shabbat, when on Shabbat morning we hear from Rabbi Jacob Blumenthal, who is not only the head of the Rabbinic Assembly of Conservative Jews, but the USCJ, the entire conservative movement, as he speaks to us about the current state of the conservative movement on Shabbat morning. And then join us for a very special Motzei Shabbat and Slichot program and service as we welcome Thomas Hand, whose daughter Emily Hand, unfortunately, was taken as a hostage to Gaza. He will then speak about her freedom and what he felt, the emotions he went through during her time in captivity. I'm going to have an opportunity to interview him. It's going to be a special, moving, and meaningful Slichot program, followed by a special, moving, and meaningful Slichot service with our very own Ba'alat Tefillah Debbie Fenson and Harley Rothstein. Please join us as well for the Sudah Shlishit, for the special meal before it, as we have an opportunity to hear even a little more from Thomas Hand. Shabbat Shalom.